Hello and welcome to the 29th broadcast of the Nerdflix podcast. Today we are doing another superhero topic. Today's superhero is Captain America. We'll go over the history and some behind-the-scenes facts about the movies. So let's get started.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Excellent!
Killing me, Smalls!
I'm the doctor.
First you gotta do the trouble shuffle. Come on!
With great power comes great responsibility.
Use the Force, Luke.
Welcome to the Nerdflix podcast.
Captain America #1, the first Captain America comic book ever released, was released in 1941. And Captain America was created by Joe Simon and Jack Kirby. Fun fact about Jack Kirby, if you're a comic book fan, especially Marvel Comics, you've probably heard that name before, because he also created people like the Hulk and the Fantastic Four. So I guess that brings us to our first interesting fact of the day, is that Captain America, like you just heard, was not actually created by Stan Lee. The first Captain America comic book has a value of around $2 million. Captain America actually had a television series starting in 1944, and then he got a movie in 1979, another movie in 1990, and then into the Marvel Cinematic Universe in 2011 with Captain America, the First Avenger. After that was Captain America, the Winter Soldier, and Captain America, Civil War. So Captain America's been in a lot more than you think. The first Captain America comic book was released actually before Marvel Comics was even a thing. So Captain America is older than Marvel itself, even though Captain America is a iconic Marvel character. Steve Rogers' birthday, Steve Rogers is Captain America in case you didn't know. Steve Rogers' birthday is, with no surprise, July 4th, because, of course. Despite the name of his first film in the MCU, he is actually not the first Avenger. The original founding members of the Avengers were Iron Man, Ant-Man, Wasp, Thor, and Hulk. Captain America didn't even show up in the Avengers until their 4th issue. In the comic books, Captain America was the first man to the moon. Originally, instead of Captain America, he was going to be called Super American, which is just a really dumb name. And I'm glad they did not call him that. They decided that it was not a good name because too many superheroes started with the name Super. Superman, for instance. But Super American sounded really silly, and I'm glad they changed it to Captain America. In the movie Captain America, the First Avenger, at one point when the idea of Captain America becomes popular in the film, they start making comic books based on him within the movie. And the comic book you see is actually the first comic book ever within the movie itself. So even in the film universe, Captain America still got a comic series. And now it is time for another segment of product review. What do I own for Captain America? Well, I do own a decent amount. I used to have a shield, but that cracked and broke, so I got rid of it. I have a couple action figures. I don't have as many Captain America comic books as you think, but one in particular that is cool is a really, really old issue of Captain America from, I think, the 60s. And it's like a special edition reprint, and it's overall a cool comic book just because it's older, and it's also a great story inside of it. And that's pretty much all I own for Captain America. So let's talk about what's out there. So when I was on when I did the Batman podcast a couple weeks ago, we went to superherostuff.com. We will return to that site, but this time with a search for Captain America merchandise. So of course you're going to get a lot of hats and shirts. We also have socks, a lot of socks. Ooh, here's a good one. Here's some socks that look like his costume, so like your feet are wearing a Captain America costume. Which is interesting. A blanket, drawstring bag, more socks, another blanket. What's interesting is, I said Captain America, but it's also giving me a lot of Avengers stuff. Captain Carter stuff from the Marvel series What If. which is also interesting because, like I said, I didn't search what if, I searched Captain America, but I guess it's related. Some pants, a magnet, costume, phone decal, wallet, a watch, pocket watch, more socks, Bluetooth speaker of Venomized Captain America, lots of Funko Pops, we'll get into those in a second. Captain America shield cutting board, more Funkos, and plenty of shirts. But let's go over to the Funko app where I did a general search for Captain America, and here's what I found. Of course, there is tons of Funkos available for Captain America here. The first one I came up with a Captain America that was released in 2014 to promote what looks like, I can't quite see what movie. The Winter Soldier. And that was released in 2014 and is worth $70. And then some other Captain America figures, but those are not Funko Pops. But here is the most expensive Captain America Pop I could find. It is a Captain America released in 2011 for the first Avenger. And it is glow-in-the-dark and a Hot Topic exclusive and is worth $370. Then another Captain America 11. All sorts of different variants of Captain America Funko Pops. A Venomized Captain America, that one is actually super cool. Captain America as a robot. Captain America mug. So just all sorts of Captain America stuff out there. So that is basically what's available out there for Captain America. In Captain America the First Avenger, other Marvel characters, X-Men characters in fact, were supposed to make an appearance, like Magneto and Wolverine, but they weren't sure about the rights to those characters, so they didn't end up showing up in the film. At one point in the comic books, so a lot of weirder stuff happens in the comic books than in the movies, and this is just a perfect example. At one point in the comic books, Captain America gets another super serum. This time it turns him into a werewolf called Cap Wolf. And he ends up fighting with Wolverine, which is super awesome. I wish I had that comic book or could read it. And I only know about this because they released a Funko Pop a little while ago, which was Cap Wolf. And so he was a werewolf at one point. Fun fact, Captain America is 6 foot and 2 inches. Everyone knows Chris Evans as playing the iconic role of Captain America, but when he was first asked to play, he turned it down 3 times. Everyone knows Captain America's shield is, of course, metal, a very hard metal, a Wakandan metal in the movies. But actually, when shooting, it a lot of times was made of rubber because they were punching stunt doubles with it. Captain America has a sidekick named Bucky Barnes, who is played by Sebastian Stan in the MCU. But Sebastian Stan actually tried out for the role of Captain America first before getting the role of Bucky Barnes. In the comics, more people than just Steve Rogers were Captain America. In fact, a total of 12 people took on the role of Captain America. Today's segment of Forgotten Facts comes to us from Nerdflix 16 and 17, Harry Potter. Throughout the films, the characters visit a place called the Hoghead's Tavern. And in that tavern, of course, is a hog's head, because that's what it's called. And when filming this, that was actually because it's the Wizarding World, so of course the head is going to move. And so when filming this, it was actually an animatronic head mounted on the wall. Each hair was inserted individually, and its eyes even moved, and its mouth even dribbled a lot. So it was very realistic and a very cool thing and complicated thing to film. Okay, that is it for this episode of the Nerdflix podcast. Thanks so much for listening, but before we go, I just want to tell you about some things coming up on the Nerdflix podcast schedule. Next week is our 30th episode, and we'll be going to do a great episode covering Doctor Who. After that, it will be October, and I will be doing a series all about Halloween-related topics. So, I hope you guys are looking forward to that, and until then, I will see you next time on Nerdflix.
Cyber Anakin! I have the high ground! I'm Batman. You're a wizard, Harry. 1.21 gigawatts.
Thank you for listening. Goodbye.
Who are you supposed to be?
Captain America.
Exterminate!